My name is Monique James. I am an online entrepreneur, educator, and founder of Renegade Creative Media Group. And we help business owners and entrepreneurs with their content development, with their business development strategy, and with their live streaming. And today I want to talk about supply and demand. And I want to challenge those preconceived notions, those old ways of thinking about supply and demand, and why you need, if you think you own the supply right now, you are losing. If you think you own the supply, you are losing. Not you are going to be losing, you are already losing. And I'm going to tell you why. So traditionally, in traditional business, we think of supply and demand, right? Supply is, providing the products for the consumer, and then demand is the consumer wanting to buy the product. So to be successful in business traditionally, you needed to be able to match the two. You needed to match your supply with the demand, and then you would always have a customer. You would always have people buying from you if people always wanted what you had to buy. And if you were smart back in the day, you made sure that you were the only, or you were one of a few people that had this thing to offer, so that consumers had to always come to you. So you in those transactions, you had the power, right? Because the consumer had to come chase you down. They had to wait on you to respond. They had to come find you. They had to pay whatever price you were charging if they wanted that thing. That's old school. That's old school supply and demand. I'm here to tell you right now that the balance of power has shifted. The balance of power has shifted. And if you are watching this as a business owner and you think that you own the supply, then you are losing. You are losing. If you think you own the supply of the thing that you sell, you are losing. This is the thing. When people think they own the supply, they feel like they don't have to make any changes, right? They feel like the customer always has to come to them. Like I said, the customer has to chase them down. The customer has to wait for them to respond. That's not the case anymore. That is not the case anymore. There are 999 other providers of the same thing that you sell. So if you have allowed your ego to trick you into believing that you own the supply, then you're already losing. Hello, Blockbuster. Hello, Borders Bookstore. If you think you own the supply right now, if that has been your goal, then you are losing. That's not where we are anymore. Consumers don't operate that way anymore. The barrier to entry into your market is so low that anybody can come in behind you and eat your lunch right out from under you. Uber and Lyft versus Yellow Cab, traditional taxi. Borders Bookstore versus Amazon. And these are high-level examples, but the same concepts applied. The old and slow brand that owned the supply felt like they didn't need to adapt. They felt like they didn't need to change. Did y'all know that Blockbuster actually was offered to buy Netflix? The CEO of Netflix wanted Blockbuster to buy their company and merge the companies, and then Netflix would run the Blockbuster online arm, but they wanted to merge. Guess what? Blockbuster refused because they thought they owned the supply. They thought people would always keep getting in their cars and burning their gas and driving someplace to go walk around for 30 minutes in the store and pick a video and sign out the video and go home and watch the video and then rewind the video back and then take the video back to the store. They thought people would do that forever and ever. They thought they owned the supply. Wrong. Uber and Lyft versus the Yellow Cab. The yellow cab companies thought, well, we'll keep being able to buy the licensing from the cities. The cities will keep paying us, and we'll be able to our drivers will be able to ignore riders and only go to certain neighborhoods to get the high ticket customers and do all this, and we can make them wait. They thought the consumer would keep accepting that. They thought the consumer would keep chasing them down. They thought the consumer was not going to have options. Options can be the death of a business that thinks they own the supply. Consumers have options today. They do not have to choose you. If you think right now that you own the supply of products, of services, of whatever it is that the consumer is buying, if you think you own it, if you think you are the only game in town, you have another thing coming.